Good evening, everyone. Everybody. And I'll be talking about the same thing as the rest from the camp. But first, I like to give thanks to God. First, I give thanks to God for protecting each and every one of us, and we come back safely.
So jadi mesti keluar saya wale awal bersyukur dot dot wala baca ada lagi juga bela tabalu bati diha.
And during the camp, God really worked within us, and then many people became born again through this camp, and I'm really glad to see that.
Aku ni peci bala saya ni mana lalu 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 tabalu budu yang ni mana kau saya tama aku ni mana kau lah tu bela tak kau gini peci bala.
And through the camp, there's so many things that I'm sure everyone you learned, but I was in Reverend Moses' class, and he talked about salvation too, as all the class does, but for us, he talks it in a more spiritual way.
Aku ni mana ya ni dia coba letak musik kalau terus dah baca ini kau ini lo mana bahasa lagi awal ni dah tu lo padu jadi tu penuh tali pani tu lo berapa lo.
And when he's talking, I wouldn't lie, but many were falling asleep, and then it was a harder concept to understand. But if you actually pay attention, you'll understand it, right?
Aku ni mana awal dah tu lo dah dia pergi balik buat lah ni miki batal lo bahasa lagi awal berminum lalu tidak seni mana bernampu mana pergi baca ni cabar.
And I would like to talk about how God talked to me through my witnessing.
Aku ni ada cerita bakal saya tu dah ya pele tak klik kita asal tu apa mana.
And when I was witnessing, there were town nearby, but then no doors open. It was like a ghost town, and nobody opened the door.
Aku ni beli kita beli orang malu, kita hal kau beli kita ni beli orang, kita ni beli orang pulau mana. Sebab ni kan ilo awal itu betul tahu kita nak buat asyik mana. Macam mana tu tahu kita berbola mana. Macam mana tu tahu dream mana.
And if some open, they would say, no, we're busy, or I'll pass it, I don't want to hear it today.
Atau nona ni udah trade, tapi dia free bah, mana dunia itu badar dulu, nada badar nahu di bah.
And just like that, I rewind back to how I was in my spiritual life when I wasn't born again, right? God was calling for me, and all of you guys know, I've been in KGBC for many, many years, but I was so stubborn, and I don't want to hear about God either.
When you pay the children, you are like children. Kita mandi tu reno kesana, when you buat pay di pamono, when itu boleh pay ubah GBC pun dipa, ini pernah ubah yang thaba sana kita boleh mono boleh tu dah pakai group tu bahasa lo na ba mono pernah ubah sana kita lo kan itu bukan buat di pala tu lo na tu tinya di pala.
In the Revelations, it said that God is knocking on you, and you just have to open the doors. But I was so stubborn to open them because my love for the world, I thought that it was so great, and I don't want to hear about God. And when I know about God, it was all Him knowledge.
Aku ni kita lupa buat kesal kita lu dre, mana pala aku pernah ikut di lo, mana bahasa lagi, kesal aku le, ikut pulau tu le dan ni pala ke mana tu sih bisa aku ni mana, awal aku tu dre bah, baru aku le aku dah Pemilihan campur calon tapi dalam di mana semua lebih rumah pun mana itu dah metriban.
And I would like to remind all these teens here because we know born again, but I would say it was mostly head knowledge. But being born again is not about memorizing what it is, but actually accepting your heart. If not, you're lying to yourself. And the biggest sins you heard many people testimony, the biggest sin you can do is lie about your salvation that you're born again.
Kalau beauty no tu ada budak tak sadar masih kau mana, kalau tak kisi sini di mana, kalau petinya orang berkuno ini dunia orang berkuno ini mana, kalau tak kau kau kisi sini mana pernah orang berjual no kau ada, apa tu kita le no ini, dah cah betul cah le batu berjual di mana le, pernah aku saya cah orang berjual suki lagi lo, pelong lo kesabda itu berjual cah kita tahu di mana cah le batu berjual suki kau.
And I would like to share a Bible verse. It's 2 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 5. It says, examine yourself to see whether you are in faith. Test yourself. Do you not realize that Jesus Christ is within you? Unless, of course, we fail the test, right? This Bible verse, it says that you should examine yourself because many of us, we know about this great news for many, many years. But all of this is all head knowledge, but if God tests you and you fail the test, how sad would that be?
Spiritual service the sabu yeni te wali le mono pati kwati ko to mi to mola ke da no te le pernah na ko ta na no le session tu no ko do ni ba no ko le ani mono ba to mi to moti ko lo ta mono ba ko le ba ti nya la le ko ku di ni ba mono.
And when I was in St. Moses class, the main thing that he says that really touched my heart was that
no ule tara mose ada ta club mono awe to punya wa to lo dale atho ba ula ita lu to ni mira.
And he says that, you know, many of us are afraid to get judged, right? Like we're sometimes afraid to share about the word of God to people, but then like you sometimes even judge at yourself, but you don't have the right to do that because you're not the judge. You shouldn't be judging yourself because God is the only one who can blame you and who can forgive you.
Kune mono dala coba ita lu lo ko ni boy mono di tu bayo le beli dah le beli hanje mo saya beli thani mono ko ha du besi ko to ko na ki pesan ni ki je su mo lo ki beta di mono le ta kun dale pokru ti ya thani boy ni beta bi sinyo ko ba no ko le sinyo ko ni mira saya lo mono le ta kun ni beta saya thani ki lu le beli le ko ha du besi ko je ko ba ko sale le beli dah ba mono.
And when majority of us, when we go witnessing, like before we became born again, right? We might ask like, why are people heading to hell? We may say that they're doing sins because they're not good, they're original sins and stuff like that. But truly, in his class, what I've learned was like, because many of us know this very new, but we do not know that, like, we know there's salvation, right? The majority do not know that their sin has been already forgiven and their beliefs on God are really weak.
Kuni an ki buat di pani mono, kami hanya datang ke sini ber, an ki walau kita dulu buat di pani, an baru buat di pani lerale, no, buat di pani popular, tadi ba aku mono, asal kita tadi malu di mono, sih tadi buat di pani, kes tadi baru ke baju lerale, kes saya plani buat kelo beli, no itu betul itu lerale, plani buat kelo beli, plani pecah kemari, pas lagi ki misalnya buat di pani, betul pentingnya lah, yo plani pecah kemari lo, an ki betul pentingnya aku.
And also, like, you know, as a born again person, we're still a human being, right? We're still going to do sin every single day, even though it's unintentionally, like, you're doing it. But then it doesn't mean that you should fool yourself thinking it is okay to do it.
No, but then if you want to know the opportunity to go to uni, as an active meeting, what you want to do, you won't know when you give man a matter, say the man of Mabata, daily law. As an active law, you mean a one of your knowledge and you put the salon, you mean one of your town, you man of Malapo. Then they pass through what I'm a marani, as an active same marine, put a baby marine, one of a man, you know, as an active baby polar, pass to people that are in Tato.
And also, it is one simple step. I'm telling you, being born again is really easy. It takes one step and one click. And you know, some may have like a harder time to understand, but I'm also like, after being born again, I realized that like, why did it take me so long? Because this is such an easy steps, right?
Aku ni kalau dah jadi dia pergi situ nyonya pulang muda nyonya pulang no bahasa ni bahasa lain itu jadi kau ni so apa ni kau ikut jadi kau pergi situ baru kau kebanyakan dah sudah pakai ini mono.
And for the sake of time, I would like to pass the time on to other people who would like to testimony. And this is all I would like to share today. And may God be the glory and may God bless you all.
Ni kita puilo dan edu dah rasa dalam buang hari pun mono, maka saya ambil pada si doktor mana kapolagi.